Hello everybody and welcome back to another video! So in today's video, I wanted to do a little fun sit down, get ready with me Q&A video where I answer your questions on my experiences as a femboy. Growing up, I've always been in touch with my feminine side, and so that has been an integral part of my LGBT plus experience. And I know some of you out there have a lot of questions about me, and you want to express yourselves the way that you want to. And so what better way to express our femininity than with makeup? Today's video is sponsored by Sephora. Thank you so much to Sephora for working with me on this video, but they're partnering up with me on this video to share with you all Patrick Starr's new makeup brand, One Size. What I love about One Size and what I love about Patrick is that they're all about inclusivity, and Patrick has always been known to express himself the way that he wants to without any labels of gender roles and all that stuff, and I really commend him for that. I really relate to him because he's Asian and feminine just like me, and so I thought it was really cool how, you know, he came up with his own brand, and so I'm really excited to share with you all their products and do a fun little makeup look together. One Size is now available, exclusive only to Sephora, so if you're interested and you like any of the products I share with you all in this video, be sure to go and click the link in the description down below to shop now. But yes, sit back, relax, grab a snack, get to know me more, and without further ado, let's get into the video. Why hello there. Ooh honey, we are getting up close and personal, which is great because I feel like I always do skip videos, and so I wanted you all to get to know me better. But we're going to be creating a glam look that anybody could rock because that's what One Size is all about. Inclusivity and expressing one's self. So to get started with this eye look, I'm going to be going in with the shade Mango and putting that all over my crease. Just gonna dip that in, tap off the excess, and then we're just gonna lightly buff that into our crease and create a nice transition shade. So the first question we have here is, do you correct people if they misgender you, and does it offend you if they do misgender you? Honestly, I would say sometimes I correct people if they misgender me, but for the most part, I just don't want to create an awkward situation, but you know, I feel like it's a preference thing, so if it really does affect you, then feel free to correct them, but also keep safety in mind because you never know the circumstances that you're in. Oftentimes when I go out to dinner or to a restaurant with my friends or family, they'll be like, come on ladies, come on you two girls, and it's just like, I'm not a girl, my pronouns are he, him, and his, but thank you for telling me that I'm pretty. I get mistaken as a woman, especially over the phone, especially recently, I'm in the process of buying a house, and everyone is just like, oh, can we speak to Mr. Kevinninh? And I'm like, hi, this is he. They're like, oh, we would like to speak to your husband, and I'm like, no. I am the husband. So this is what the shade Mango looks like, and it's such a great base, and this is good for an everyday look too, if you just wanna walk out the door and be like, there we go, at least I tried. Next, we're going to be dipping into the shade Soft Serve, which I think is a great transition shade to deepen up the crease, and so we're just gonna go ahead and do that. And you're just gonna place that on the outer V and slowly work your way into the crease to create that depth and sunken in eye look. And always blend, my children, always blend. The next question is, do people look at you weird when you walk around in public? I would say absolutely, people always look at me, either because they're like, is that a boy or a girl? Or because they're like, wow, that person's outfit, they look so good, woo honey, who is she? I personally have just grown to become accustomed to it, you know? I don't even pay attention if people look at me. Either way, what's the worst they can do if they look at you? They just look at you. I mean, low-key, I don't mind the attention, and also I did put a lot of effort into my look, so please, appreciate it. But definitely, again, with the whole idea of safety, please make sure that if somebody does look at you, you don't try anything to provoke them and you're with a friend or something, because you never know what their intentions are, but most of the time when people do look at me, it's just like, wow, their outfit is slaying or something like that. The next shade we're dipping into is Booked, and it's this nice rust shade, which is perfect for this fall season, and fall is my favorite season, and I would always rock a fall smoky eye, especially to college. Taking my Sephora brush, we're just gonna dip that in, tap off the excess, and focusing that on the outer V and just pressing it in, that way we can have the most pigmentation, which by the way, the pigmentation on this palette is impeccable. The next question is, have you ever been harassed, bullied, or discriminated against for being a femboy or gay? Definitely in high school, people would always look at me weird. I remember I had some friends that were girls, and even the girls were low-key kind of shady. I would wear yoga pants or leggings to school because obviously that's comfy, so some days I would wear that. But there was this one girl, I remember, that was my friend at the time, but my friend told me what she said, and she had said, I think it's weird that Kevin wears leggings and yoga pants. Honestly, I think she was just jealous of my bootay, but you know what? That's okay. That's not my problem. That's hers. And of course, there were those occasional guys that would be like, I don't understand why he wears makeup. I don't understand why he wears girl clothes. And it's like, there's nothing to understand because it's not your business. It's not your problem. And so, I just did me. And throughout high school, I'm really glad I had a good support system because my best friend in high school, I remember her family, her mom was like willing to take me in if anything were to happen to me, if I were to get kicked out of my own house or something. I will say I did have a hard time, you know, opening up to my mom with my femininity because she was like, you are a boy, you're supposed to be a boy, stop buying makeup, stop buying girl clothes. And I'm just like, stop, I'm just trying to do what makes me happy. But at the end of the day, she did come around and, you know, it came to a point where I did her makeup, I did her eyebrows, we would share clothes, she would give me dresses, she would say, dang, you look better in those high heels than I do. And so we ended up bonding and having a stronger relationship because of that. Next, we're going to be dipping into the shade Brownie, which is this deep chocolate shade, and it looks so rich and luxurious, and it's really gonna tie this look together. I'm just gonna take some of that and focusing that on the outer V and only in the outer V and slowly blending and smoking that up and outward. This question is, how was it like to come out to people? In my life, I personally never really had to come out. The only time I really officially came out was to my mom, and that was in the car on the way to the dentist. I actually did recreate that coming out story, so if you want to see a recreation of it, be sure to go and click the link in the description down below. But no, for me, I actually never really had to come out. I don't know, people just already knew, and I just did whatever. Because for me, it wasn't really something that people had to know, because at the end of the day, I was just doing what made me comfortable and confident, and so I just did me. Next, I'll be taking the shade Manila Sands, and it's this nice vanilla creamy shade, and this is going to be a great blending shade because what you want is obviously it's like a little bit too potent right there, which is great. But I'm just gonna dip into that, tap off the excess, and with a fluffy, clean brush, we're just gonna blend the outer edges a little bit just to soften it up and smoke it out. The next question is, how did you feel when people misgender you or told that boys don't wear girl clothes? I do get a little uncomfortable when people do call me she and her pronouns, but at the same time, I also get uncomfortable with the idea of getting called Mr. Like, do I look like a Mr. to you? And when people tell me that boys aren't supposed to wear makeup or girl clothes, I'm just like, huh? Y'all hear something? Must have been the wind. Alrighty, so this is the completed eyeshadow look using the Patrick Starrr Visionary palette, which we have the base of everything, but we're going to amp it up to the next level using the One Size liquid eyeshadow. So this here is the Eye Popper Sparkle Vision eyeshadow in the shade Pea House, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of this on a flat shade brush, taking some of that like so, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut my crease and create a nice lid, a glittery lid. The next question is, for someone who doesn't know how to get into fashion, how are the ways you would recommend trying to get into it? My biggest tip into getting into feminine clothing is to just find things that make you feel good within your own self. So if wearing a skirt makes you feel good, then go for it. If wearing a dress makes you feel good, go for it. If heels, whatever you want, honey. I think inspiration comes from all over the place, and so I think as long as you find something that sits well with you, just experimentation, just have fun with it. The next question asks, has any of your dates ended up being stood up on or one-timers because you're a femboy? In my personal experience, I've never been stood up on a date, which thank goodness. But I will say it is harder dating as a femboy because oftentimes, you know, me, I'm a gay guy and I'm more feminine, and other gay guys want a more masculine guy. So it's harder in that sense, and also those that are interested in feminine guys, I feel like they fetishize us or objectify us, and they don't see us as human beings, they see us as more like objects. It's a really dehumanizing experience if you really think about it, but I've just come to learn to love myself, because at the end of the day, the only person that can love you more than anyone else is yourself. I do hope and think that as time progresses, there will be guys that are more open-minded to dating whoever they want, you know what I mean? With no labels, no restrictions or anything like that. But until then, I'm not too worried. I'm too booked and busy enjoying my single self. And you know what? I'm just manifesting Kim Tae-young, so. Okay, so next we're going to be going in with the One Size Point Made liquid liner. This question is, do people ever tell you to be more masculine or that you're a girl? My mom definitely was that person. She was always like, you are a boy, stop doing these girly things. And then there came a point where she asked like if I was transgender. And I feel like when I was younger, it was a confusing part in my life and moment in time because I wasn't sure if I was or not. I feel like oftentimes we're so boxed into categories and things. It's like either you're cisgender or transgender or this or that. And it's like, you know, maybe sometimes people can be non-binary or outside of the box, you know? So I think it's just all about patience and exploring things and experiencing life, and then you'll figure out what truly defines you. Oh my goodness, this might be the sharpest pointed felt tip liner I have ever tried, and I'm obsessed. Like, look at that, so sharp it could cut the haters. The next question is, what's the most offensive thing someone has told you while seeing you in public? I've only ever had one person ever come up to me and say something that was just so bizarre, and I think there was just something off about this person. They literally went up and asked me if I was a boy or a girl. On the internet, however, there's all sorts of comments that people say like, oh, this person is a trap, like they're trying to deceive people, like, oh, watch out boys, and you know, just kind of low-key transphobic things. But again, to the transphobes, to the homophobes, to the haters, watch out, I got 2 sharp wings that will slice you. Alrighty, so I went ahead and put on lashes off camera, but oh my goodness, look at this look. But before we do the grand reveal, let's answer one more question about being a femboy. This question asks, how did you find out you were a femboy, and when did you start dressing in more feminine clothing? I've always been a more feminine boy, but that term femboy literally, I think, came about because of TikTok this year in 2020. But I started wearing feminine clothing in high school when I was 16 years old, and actually I was shopping in the men's section, and then I bought this sweater, and my mom was there with me, and it was actually a women's sweater that was accidentally placed in there, and the woman was like, do you still want it? And my mom was like, do you still want it? And I was like, yes. And ever since then, I was just like, wow, like if I genuinely thought this was a men's sweater, then, you know, who knows what the possibilities are in terms of clothing. Clothes literally have no gender, so literally feel free to branch out into whatever you want with safety in mind. But for me, that was the starting point of going to the women's section and shopping for different things like blouses, skirts, dresses, heels, and I just felt like girl clothing was just more fun. Like there were more options, and boy clothes were just boring. But ever since I got into K-pop and like BTS, I've been really in touch with my masculine side as well. And so I just, you know, flip-flop between what I feel like, you know, very gender fluid with my presentation. And at the end of the day, again, I'm just gonna wear what makes me feel good and what makes me happy. Alrighty, so here is the completed look using one-size products from Patrick Starr's new brand, and I am obsessed. The eyeshadow's blendability, the pigmentation, the color payoff, that winged liner, oh, that winged liner, y'all. Suddenly my sexuality is winged liner. Again, these products are available exclusively on Sephora, so if you wanna go ahead and check any of them out, link in the description down below to shop now, but I'm going to be heading out now to hang out with a friend, and thank you for One Size for glamming me up today, because, ooh, honey, we're gonna be breaking necks today. Once I come back home from hanging out with my friend, I'm going to be sharing with you all how I take off this glam and using some more one-size products. Hello, my beans. So it is the end of the night, and I had so much fun today with my friend, but we are now going to take off the makeup. But look at the makeup, oh my goodness. It had lasted. Look, the glam is still on. Ooh, honey. Patrick Starrr does not disappoint. So to take off our makeup, we're going to be going in with the One Size Go Off Makeup Dissolving Mist. And what I love about this mist is that it sprays on so gently. Like it does not like squirt in your face. It will not surprise you. It's literally almost like invisible. It feels like it's just like, ah. Basically, you just spray your face with this, work your way into your skin, and it should like melt off your makeup. And then you just wash off your face like normally, and so good, y'all. It smells good too, honey. Watch this. Oh my goodness. So once you rub off all your makeup, you're gonna rinse it off with some water and follow up with a cleanser. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that right now. Alrighty, so I just finished taking off all of my makeup, did my skincare routine, but oh my goodness, my skin is so squeaky clean in just the right ways. Oh honey, I had so much fun getting ready with you all as well as getting unready, but that is all that I have for my femboy routine. I hope you enjoyed because honey, we slay. Alrighty everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did like this video, also leave me a comment down below letting me know how you express yourself and your individuality. Once again, thank you so much to Sephora for working with me on this video, as well as One Size. Again, if you are interested in any of the products that I used in this video, be sure to go and click the link in the description down below to shop now. Today's flawless feature goes to this person right here. Thank you so much for all of the love and support. I appreciate you so much. If you want to have your very own shout out in the next flawless feature, all you have to do is retweet the video link when it goes live on Twitter, and that is all you have to do. Be sure to go and follow me on all my other social links such as Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, all at FlawlessKevin. That way we can still stay connected and talk about all things beauty, fashion, LGBT, and or K-pop. But yes, I love you all so much, and remember everyone, to be flawless is to be yourself. Bye!